In this video, I'm going to explain all of the new changes to the Cayo Perico Heist, and at the end, I'll tell you the optimal way to complete the heist so that you can make as much money as possible. I'll also be showing you how to skip the cooldown, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So, let's start with the cooldowns. With the new update, all of the heists, not just Cayo Perico, have been updated to have a cooldown timer of 1 in-game day, which is 48 minutes in real life. However, Cayo Perico is an exception to this, as a solo run of the heist has a cooldown of 3 in-game days, which is 144 minutes in real life. Honestly, this is fair enough. Cayo was a really OP money-making method and made everything else a little bit redundant, so by having a cooldown you can still enjoy making money with Cayo Perico, and whilst you wait you can enjoy other aspects of GTA Online. However, it seems that right now the cooldown for solo runs is actually 192 minutes, which is 4 in-game days. I imagine this is a mistake from Rockstar, as they said on Newswire that the cooldown would only be 3 in-game days. Before I talk about the changes to the payouts, which can get a little more complicated, I want to clarify how you get into hard mode because I've seen a lot of confusion about that. It used to be that if you wanted to set up a heist in hard mode, you had to start it up within 48 minutes of finishing the previous one. It's pretty much the same now, but your 48-minute timer to start the heist in hard mode will only begin after your cooldown timer has ended. So for a co-op run, that timer is 48 minutes, and for a solo run, that time is 144 minutes. So let's talk about how the payouts of the heist have changed. The probabilities of what you will get as your primary target has now changed, and the secondary target's payout can also get buffed now depending on when you last completed the heist. Massive shout out to Tez on Twitter for data mining this information. If you just completed a heist within the last 3 days and you go to do another one, this is what your new odds will be. You'll have a 60% chance of tequila, 15% chance of both the ruby necklace and bearer bonds, and a 10% chance of the pink diamond. But if you wait 3 days before you do another heist, then you actually have a 0% chance at getting tequila, which is awesome, a 40% chance at getting the ruby necklace, a 40% chance at getting bearer bonds, and a 20% chance at getting the pink diamond. So it kinda sucks to start the heist again within 72 hours, right? Well, actually, not quite. If you do actually do the heist again within 72 hours, then depending on what primary target you get, the secondary targets will actually have an increased payout. For example, if you get tequila, then not all hope is lost, because you'll actually get a 20% increase on the value of the secondary targets. The ruby necklace will give you a 10% increase on the value of the secondary targets, and bearer bonds will give you a 5% increase. The pink diamond gives you absolutely no increase, which is fair enough because it already sells for enough by itself. The Madrazo files from your first run of the heist will also have no effect, and I doubt that the panther statue would have any effect either. Now, because I'm a math student, I felt obligated to work out the new payouts for the heist, so here you go. Since the value of secondary targets isn't the same every time, I've given you a low-end number and a high-end number. Most goods are fairly consistent, but some goods like artwork have a crazy spread for some reason, so I thought I'd give you the full range because I always try to make these guides as complete as possible. So here's the numbers of how much the secondary targets by themselves are worth. The values here are if you were to fill up a bag with nothing but that secondary target. To put things into perspective, I've also calculated how much you'd take overall in the heist. There's obviously a lot of different possible variables here, so these are the numbers for a solo take in normal mode. I didn't include the safe money, which could be anywhere between $50,000 and $99,000, and I also didn't include the elite challenge, which I believe is $50,000 on normal mode and $100,000 on hard mode. So in practice you could end up taking more than these figures, but remember there is a fence fee of 10% and Pavel also takes a fee of 2%, so what you actually gain will be lower than what you take. A quick change that I wanted to mention, since this is a complete guide, is that from your second playthrough onwards, you can now spend more time scoping out the island, and you can be caught by the guards more times before you're kicked off the island. So this will make the scope out missions just a little bit easier and give you more time and freedom to explore the island. So what's the optimal way to do the heist? Well, that's going to depend on your playstyle, so I'll give you the options depending on how you want to play it. If you just want the most bang for your buck and the highest pay possible for the amount of time you spend playing the game, then you're probably better off waiting for the 72-hour cooldown so that you can get a high value primary target. This will mean that you take more in the heist because despite the secondary target buffs, the primary target still holds a really large weight in the overall sum you'll take. Then once you've completed the heist, you can go do something else. Go do your homework or your chores or whatever else, and then when the cooldown is up, you can come back and start another heist. Now if you don't want to go and do something else and you just want to play the game, you've got two options. You could just ignore the 72-hour cooldown. I mean, the secondary target buff has closed the gap to the benefit of primary targets, so you can just rinse and repeat Cayo Perico Heist as soon as the 3-hour cooldown is up. You'll be making the most money as fast as possible if you don't want to take breaks. But let's be honest now, Cayo Perico has been in the game for a while now, and it's starting to get just a little bit boring. So the third option, and my personal favorite, is to go make money in free mode whilst you wait for the heist to cool down. Let it cool down all the way so that you never have to see tequila again. There's so many ways you could go about making money whilst you wait for the cooldown, so I'm going to be making a video very soon about my favorite way to do it, so make sure to subscribe for that. If you're really desperate to do Cayo Perico more than the cooldown allows for, then there is a way. You can actually utilize your second character to play the heist again without a cooldown. After level 120, you will unlock access to your second character, and since you have a shared bank account, you can buy the kasatka on your second character as well. Then, whilst you're waiting for your first heist to cool down, you can head over to your second character, do all the setups, and then complete the finale. By the time you've completed the heist on your second character, your first one will have finished the cooldown. That is, if you did the finale in a co-op mission. If you did the finale solo, then you will still have to wait a little, but this still doubles the amount of Cayo Perico Heist that you're able to do. And this isn't a glitch or anything like that, so there definitely won't be penalties on your account, and Rockstar won't ban you for this or anything like that. Now, if you really want a way to rinse and repeat the heist an unlimited amount of times, and you're willing to be just a little bit cheeky and resort to using glitches, then there's always the option of the replay glitch. This allows you to repeat the heist finale without setting up the heist again. On PC, the host gets paid as well, so you can just rinse and repeat this solo, but on console, we're not as lucky. On console, the host doesn't get paid, so you'll have to do this with a friend and cut them 85% on the heist. Then when you do the glitch, you'll still have the heist to play again. Your friend can do the same for you so that you get paid as well, and there you go, unlimited heists. If you want a full tutorial on how to do the replay glitch, I've already made one which I'll leave in the description below. So overall, I actually quite like these changes. I think they're going to make the heist more interesting and will mean that you're not just doing the same thing over and over again. And although there is now a cooldown, the payouts have actually been buffed. So overall, I'd say this is a win for the Cayo Perico Heist. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate a like. It helps the channel out so much as it makes the algorithm show this video to more people. So if I helped you, then I'd appreciate it if you could help me out too. I'll also be making a full money making guide for GTA Online, which will incorporate Cayo Perico and explain what you should do whilst you wait for the cooldown, so subscribe for that if you haven't already. Anyway, that's all from me. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.